Oh my God. Sorry.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, well, anyways.
do you think men are insecure for caring about a woman's body count? Starting with you.
Are insecure for caring?
Yeah, do you think men are insecure if they care about a woman's body count?
I think it would stem from insecurity, but everyone's like allowed to have their own preferences.
It would stem from insecurity, but okay.
I think that's subjective, because if you have someone that's just going to sleep with anyone due to attraction, there's no saying, like, are they going to do that if they're in a relationship with you, if their body count is high?
Okay, so you don't think it's insecure? And also just,
I think it's subjective.
Let
I
me
think
just
it can be insecure. It's like really depends.
let me just tack on another question to this. Does body count matter? Should body count matter? I don't know if you want to add on to that.
I think that's also subjective. Like for me, I wouldn't really want to go for a guy who has a high body count because that just shows me he only values if someone is attractive. And if he's just like coming to me and trying to sleep with me, then he's not actually valuing me as a person and he doesn't want to get to know me.
Should
So then the gal next to you who said that it was a state of insecurity, that would not apply to you.
I think that as long as the person is safe and clean, and doesn't put you at any level of risk, and you understand your dynamic of their relationship, it doesn't matter.
I am
to me.
pro slut. It's just not.
So
for
she's
me.
she's not being insecure when she says that she would not want to have a man with a high body count, right?
I think that insecurity shouldn't be a negative word. There's plenty of things I'm insecure about that I don't think are inherently negative. I personally would definitely be insecure if a guy had slept with 80 people, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't date them, or it doesn't mean that it matters to me.
I think it's more
So
important.
then that means that she's insecure?
I can't speak for her. From my perspective, I think it comes from a place of insecurity in worrying about that person only valuing you for appearance, but I don't think that in this case insecurity is a negative connotation.
If I like had
Okay, so then that would be
theoretically-
she's insecure, right? How am I getting this wrong?
If I get with someone and they have a high body count, there definitely needs to be a discussion where they show me or like tell me, hey, yeah, temptation is there, but like it's my decision to reject that. And if we have that discussion and they're mature enough to have that discussion, then fine. But right off the bat, if someone is just trying to sleep with me, then that just tells me that they value attraction over anything else.
Here, let's get everybody's answers. Go ahead.
Which question?
Both.
Okay. I do think body count matters, but I don't think it stems from insecurity necessarily. I think it just shows that they care.
I think it's a form of insecurity, but like at the same time, I think that the more people that you sleep with, the more energies that you can like attract to yourself. So I'm indifferent on that one.
So would you say that the gal who said that she would not want to sleep with a man with a high body count is coming from a place of insecurity then?
It also comes from a place of danger where it's like I'm more
Oh,
susceptible.
hang on. Just let her
Guys,
answer.
into the mics.
It comes from a place of danger where I'm more
No,
susceptible
not you.
to
I'm asking her.
STDs as well.
Would you say that she's coming from a place of insecurity because she just said she wouldn't want to date a man with a high body count?
I think it's a little bit different for women, so no. I'm
Of
going to
course.
say it's not, because men are notoriously known for sleeping with a lot of women. So
What?
I don't think that it's insecurity. Yeah, you guys get praised for how many women you can like pull and
That's
sleep
because
with.
it's hard for men to do that. It's easy for y'all to do that.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying that's my justification of why I don't think it's insecurity for a woman.
Just for men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it depends. It could come from a bunch of different emotions. Like one of them could be insecurity, or it could be like a religious thing. If you're waiting for marriage, you
What if
obviously-
they're not religious? What if they're secular,
I
but
I still
they
think
don't want to wife up the town bicycle?
Then I think it could be insecurity, or it could just be moral. I mean, like we all know, I have morals outside of religion, so it could be morals. It could
Let's
be
say he's
insecurity.
immoral.
He's immoral, then
And
yeah,
he
I would
doesn't have any morals.
I would
He
say-
just doesn't want to get with a promiscuous woman.
Then yes, I think that would be a
That
form
would
of
be-
sexual insecurity.
It would be sexual insecurity.
Yes.
So would it be sexual insecurity for a man to not want to date a woman who fucked a guy yesterday?
Like date her immediately? Because I feel like if
Have
you just
sex with her immediately, date her
that's
immediately?
not dating. I mean, if you won't have sex with someone because they had sex with someone, like you won't have casual sex with someone because they had sex with someone else yesterday, that is valid because there's no way to know their STD status.
Let's even assume.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say they went and got an STD check, literally right away. You had the results
It
in
wouldn't
your
be valid.
hand.
It would, because
You
it
knew
takes
for
like 2
sure-
weeks. So like, let's say someone had sex 2 weeks ago and they have a clean bill of health.
What if there's a magical wand?
Okay, well, we could say that about anything.
No. It's just, let's say she had sex 5 hours ago, but she comes to you and presents you with a clean bill of health.
Then yeah, I would say it probably is. And like you said, I don't
That's
think
insecurity?
I don't think it's necessarily. I think everyone can be insecure in that way. Like, I don't want to be compared to the last person you had sex with.
So then it would be insecurity.
I think it's subjective too. If it's
I think it
insecure
depends, but-
or if it's like controlling.
Yeah,
or,
it could
like,
also be controlling. It
if
could
it's,
be
like, for
it could be
safety.
misogyny. It
There's,
could be
like,
a
so
variety
many
of
How
reasons.
is it? How would it
No,
be
so I just want to
misogyny?
make sure I get this right. You have 2 kids, and your son, he's 16 years old, and he comes to you and he's like, "Hey, Mom, listen, I really like this girl. She just fucked a guy 10 hours ago, but she did give me a clean bill of health. So I'd like to go have sex with her." Would you say, that's fine because you don't want to be insecure?
I think it's weird to talk to your mom about that.
Yeah, no,
Derailed. Okay.
I would
Yeah,
not.
okay,
I would
great,
not.
but let her answer
No,
the
I wouldn't
question,
call my
please.
son. No, I wouldn't say it would be insecure not to do that. I would say make your own decision.
It
No,
wouldn't be?
no, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. But that would be coming from a place of insecurity from your son, right?
Well, I thought he wanted to have sex with her.
Sure. In
But
this
if he-
particular case, the guy wanted to have sex with her until he found out that she had sex with another person just a few hours prior. You
Okay.
said that was insecurity.
I wouldn't tell him that if it was my son, but I think it definitely could be coming from a place of insecurity. Yeah, every person is
So
different.
your son's just being insecure, that little bastard.
Maybe. I don't know him.
I think
Well, would you
everyone's.
say the most secure thing you could do if you really wanted to be secure in your masculinity is go rail that fucking broad that you wanted to rail who just fucked another guy 10 hours ago?
You could
That
say
would be the
that.
most secure thing he could do?
I think everyone has different boundaries as well in terms of like choosing a sexual partner.
Okay,
And that's
so
fine.
do you agree it's wrong in the opposite direction? Would it be okay for me to deny having sex with a man knowing that he has another sexual partner currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then that's just your perspective of insecurity. But for me, I only
No,
wouldn't
that's
do
not
it because I'm
insecurity.
insecure. No, but I would
No,
only
that's
not
moral
have sex.
epistemology. That's not insecurity.
I would only be wary of a body count based off of my own personal insecurity of not fulfilling the type of intimacy that they are seeking, whether they've had a lot of sexual partners due to, a sex addiction or due to corn consumption or anything else.
Okay.
It would be
Hey, I'll
coming from a
grant
place
all
of
of those
insecurity for
things.
me personally, but I'm not saying
Sure.
for everyone, but for me
I'll
personally.
grant all of that as being true, and I'll ask you the same exact question. Your 16-year-old son comes to you, and let's say he's 18, and he says, "I really like this girl, and I really wanted to rail her, but Mom, she fucked another dude 10 hours ago, and that just kind of grosses me out." That would be him being insecure?
I would say if you really like her and you're willing to have an open conversation with her about exclusivity or not continuing that, then you should. But if it's something that makes you feel insecure, which I think if there's no risk of STDs, no risk of anything.
It's just
other.
gross.
I mean,
It's
to
just
me,
gross.
to me, it's gross. But I think it comes from a place of insecurity. What's the difference between having sex yesterday and me having sex 2 years ago?
So then let's back that
what
logic
if someone
back the
had a
other
body
direction.
count of 80 but hasn't had sex in 10
Hey,
years?
okay, fine.
Does
It
that
comes
make
from a
them
place of
more
insecurity.
pure?
So then backing that up the
Wait,
hang on, backing that
sorry,
up
can
the
I offer
other
my
direction.
question?
Well, you just answered.
No,
So
I'm
then
offering a
backing-
question. If I say hypothetically there's a person who has a body count of 80 people,
split.
but they've been abstinent for 5 years, are they less gross than a girl who has a body count of 2 who had sex yesterday?
Yes.
Because they've been abstinent for 10 years, even though their body count's 80?
That's still less gross, yeah, than fucking a chick who might still have another man's jizz in her. Now,
Well, why are
backing
you
up to
assuming
this,
she's having
let me ask you
unsafe
this.
sex?
Going back
Let's
the other
say she
direction,
is.
then, from your particular logic, let's just go over your particular logic here. If that is a place of insecurity, then wouldn't it not be true that the most secure thing you could do if you liked this girl and he really wanted to rail her and she really wanted to have sex with him and he just said I was a little bit grossed out by it, the most secure thing he could do would be to have sex with her, right?
I think the original argument was just asking if caring about body count was insecurity, which I agree
Yeah, I
with.
know what the
think
original
there's not-
argument was. Can you answer my question?
Yeah, I'm answering. I don't think that it's a more secure thing because it's a completely different conversation as someone having sex, a couple hours ago is a different conversation conversation
It's
than their
gross
body
in different
count.
ways.
Yeah.
It's gross
a
in
different
different ways.
concept. So I'm not saying that is insecurity. I'm saying the original argument stems from insecurity to some level. But
Yes,
I
I
think
know, and
it's
that's why I'm
totally
bringing the
valid.
argument back.
And I don't think it's insecure to choose to not to have sex with someone who is just sexually active. But I think for some people it could be an insecurity thing. For me, it would be a hygiene
Okay,
issue.
so now we get into nuance. So let me ask you this. Why would it be insecure if this is the case and they have this preference and they say no? You say that's not insecurity and it's not the most secure thing you could do to then have sex with that person. Why would it be insecure if they extrapolated that out over more time?
I believe the insecurity comes in the format of caring about the actual quantity of sexual partners, and the only reason I have that perspective is because for me personally it comes from a place of insecurity.
Okay, yeah, I know that you keep saying that.
Yeah, but what's even your question?
I still haven't gotten an answer to this. First, you said it was insecure of him not to do this thing from 10 hours ago. They had a clean bill of health. Then you said,
No, I
well,
didn't.
wait, it's not the most secure thing they could do.
No,
If they
I didn't say it was.
Stop.
I didn't.
Okay, go
but
ahead
you're
again.
telling me I
We'll do
said
it again.
something that I
can show
didn't
it.
say. And if you replayed any of what I had just said, I did not say that. I said
Okay, well then let me
original.
just ask you yes or no's. I'm not going to give you any loaded questions. I promise none
Okay,
of them will be
simple
loaded.
yes or no.
Yes or no? Is it insecure if your son came to you, he's 18 years old, he said, hey, this woman I really, really, really like her, she really likes me, had sex 10 hours ago, and that grosses me out, so I don't want to have sex with her.
I would say that's no problem, and you should wait and
That's
see.
not my question. Is it insecure?
Not if it's a hygiene issue.
No. Okay, great. Well, okay, hygiene issue.
That's
She
what
has
it
a
would
clean
be.
bill of health. She has a clean, I told you, it's baked in. She has a clean bill of health. There's no hygiene issue.
What if her pH
He
balance
just is
is off?
grossed.
Yeah.
Hang on, he's just grossed out.
I
He's just
think-
grossed the fuck out by it.
I think
Is
this
that
kinda dives
insecure
in-
that he
ick.
doesn't want to hump a chick who's full of another man's
That's
jizz?
totally fine.
I-
He doesn't
I
have
think
to.
this also dives into having standards.
No, I think she needs to answer the question. Answer my question. Is it insecure of him to not want
I
to do
already
that,
answered
or
your
isn't
question.
it?
I said no, it's not insecure of him.
Yeah, but you
I
said
think
because
caring
of a
about-
hygienic issue.
it-
I'm saying
but
there's no
you don't
hygiene
understand.
issue present.
These conversations go through a plethora of different components. Did he have sex 10 hours ago?
That's fucking
No.
disgusting.
If he didn't have sex 10 hours ago, then it is not coming from insecurity. But if he had sex yesterday and he's judging her for having sex yesterday, it does come from a place of insecurity. Does that make sense?
So then if he's chaste and she's not chaste and he doesn't want to have sex with her over a 5-year plan, wouldn't that be the same exact logic applied and he's not being insecure?
I have no idea what you just said.
For shizzle.
I know you don't, but I'll try it again.
Okay.
Assume that this is extrapolated over 5 years and he has chastity and she doesn't not have chastity. And he finds out she's slept with 60 men. How does the same logic not apply here for his preference?
I think it is a different scenario.
It's a
Yeah,
different-
well, but it's the same logic
It's a
applied to the
different scenario.
scenario.
Okay, so hypothetically, as I said earlier, you said it would be better if someone had been abstinent for 5 years but had a body count of 80
I
versus
didn't say
someone
anything about better. I was testing your logic. You weren't testing mine.
Okay, anyways, thank you so much. Had a great night.
Wait, we got more questions. We got more questions here, okay? Body count. So did we go all the way around on body count?
No.
You answered, right?
I don't remember, honestly.
I think you answered,
Yeah, I
correct?
think so.
You're too far away from the mic.
Yes, it does matter.
It might be helpful if you scoot your chair into the table, but okay, what's your answer?
Yeah, it does matter.
Wait, you never revealed, by the way. You are...
Yes, a virgin, and I'm waiting for marriage.
Oh, okay. Look at that.